And they will. They'll come for you. I have an army. We have a Hulk. The beast that won it all. You're missing the point. There's no throne. There is no version of this where you come out on top.
Let me infiltrate the beat. Concentrate the heat. If you ain't on my level, fuck it, let me be. I'll be going till it's all in motion, talking killing rappers. Then I hit my quota, and my train of thought is more a locomotive. Talking reason for it, I got locomotive. Used to be on a revenge tip, on a stun on my ex and a friend's tip. I was Spider-Man whipping the black suit. I was powerful, but almost lost Luke. Blurring the line between human and artist. Try not to change, but I swear it's the hardest. I swear when you're up, they turn you to a target. Home was a trip, all I did when I'm talking. So, what it take to be an icon? All in your desktop, so I just might already be one. My me with the label, it feels on the table one time, but I'm down for a free lunch. Just speaking my heat-seeking missiles of hits, but other than me, I see no heat exist. Yo, gassed up, I'm about to go green, go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me, know me. Write it to life like I'm Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. If life's about to be a Cold War, I'm the hero that they asked for. Green, I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. Get the fuck back, I'm about to go green. I might begin making a feature Iraq. Cause when I hit your beat, I turn shit to Iraq. Dropping bombs like I'm cursing you out. This your house, then I'm kicking you out. Quiet as a mouse, came in the game, now the word is out that I've been lighting the flame. Shit is potent, don't you know it? I've been flowing, steady growing till they know the name. Saw it ahead of time, knew that I'd get to my losing myself in the view to some window pain. I swear I'm all about peace, I'm a positive person. Wasn't always like that, you know it took me some learning. They asked me how I push a positive light, how I keep my composure through internal fights when addressing the mic through these dark nights. Where the Bruce Wayne, what a trick be. Here's some truth that I'll let free. Bruce Banner of rap if you ask me. When my will to win and the track meet, the secret is I'm always angry. Yo, gassed up, I'm about to go green, go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me, know me. Write it to life like I'm Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. If life's about to be a Cold War, I'm the hero that they asked for. Green. I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. Get the fuck back, I'm about to go green.
Hey, yo, you gotta play I'm Going Green tonight. Shout out to everybody watching. It's pretty simple. I'm about to go green. We got games tonight. It is Mac Action Tuesday. Shout out to all the MVPs on the server, on the Discord server, in Patreon. We're doing it big, but I just want to remind everybody that there are 3 games tonight. If you want to know who's winning those 3 games tonight, all you got to do is go to Patreon. Become a member of the channel. And I'm talking about the Real Deal channel, right? I'm talking about going to Patreon, searching for Rico Knows, and if you show up and you search for Rico Knows, it's going to look like something like this, okay? You're going to see our free ladder play with some dollar signs on it. That's really happening. You're going to see right below it, I break down every single game. I tell you what I think about these games, prop bets, player props, everything. I do it all. There's nothing you can miss here. We got all 3 games going tonight. We're batting something crazy on weekday games, 22-3. Do the math on that. Shout out to me. It's at least 91%. Quick math in my head. Could be wrong. Somebody do that. 21 out of 24. What is that? 21 out of 24. Let me know how I'm looking. I'm sorry for pouring this on live here. Had a big lunch today. Kind of fell behind. So just so you guys understand what's going on in my world and how things are going, because you didn't hear from me this morning. Woke up at about 6 a.m. this morning. Well, before 6, but got to work at 6. Started working right here in the lab, in front of my computer, in front of my 2 monitors, and creating my content, my videos, and my analysis of tonight's games for all the MVPs. So address those 3 games. Takes me about an hour to do 1 game. So I put it in, 3 hours, 3 games. We got it done. And after I posted all the videos on Patreon, I said, all right, now it's time to go to work. If you didn't know, I had to put on that monkey suit today, had to put on the uniform, go on base, and get some more signatures. I'm clearing the base. So when you try to clear the Army, I don't know if you guys understand how this works. It's like if you're getting out of school and you have to go to all these other offices and buildings and prove you don't own any money or owe any money to anyone. So I have to go to buildings I've never been to before. Today I went to the library. The very first time I ever went to the On-Post library. First thing I want to say about the place, it was pretty nice. It was pretty cool. You know, it looked nice. I'd never checked out a book there before. I never went to the cyber, what the hell was it? Some cyber study place. Never been. But you have to go get the signatures so they got to make sure you don't owe them any money on these books. You know what's the one question I asked the lady? She says, you got a question for me? I said, yeah, I got a question. Do you guys have Benji? That's what I said. I said, do you guys have Benji on DVD? And she goes, I think we do. She looked at me like she didn't get the joke. She don't know what's going on. I just realized I might be older than her and she doesn't remember. But for those of you who don't know, if you ever wanted to see Benji, the movie, it's about a dog, a talking dog. It was Homeward Bound before Homeward Bound. Benji was there, bro. It was around before Air Bud. But if you went to any library, you could get Benji for free. I'm just letting you know. So I went ahead and said, yo, you guys got any Benji? They didn't take me serious. Went to a bunch of buildings in a bunch of places, getting signatures. It went really well. I think we got all of our... He didn't talk? Damn, I swore he talked. How about that? But I went to all the buildings, got all the signatures, and we're done. Mission complete. The only thing left is a finance appointment and then the final out date. So my final out date from the Army is November 27th. I'll no longer be in the Army. And then December 1st, I'm officially retired. Officially retired December 1st. We're going to celebrate my retirement. And remember, I got to celebrate a little different from the rest of you guys. So we're going to go on a vacation. I'm taking Kim to California. And we're going to do that for a week. And that week, I'll probably post sporadically. I won't do any shows like this. We'll take the week off from shows. But it'll be a week in between the end of the football season and bowl games anyways. So that's how we go there, okay? But I'll be in California. Shout out to all my followers in California. No, I don't want to meet you. No, I'm on vacation chilling. And speaking of meeting my followers, I want to tell you guys today was a pretty unique experience for me. The first stop today for signatures was to go get your medical records at the hospital. And we walk into the hospital, and it's a really large hospital, 13 stories. It's huge. There's so many people going in and out. You don't really notice anyone because you're focused on your path and where you're going. And I'm in uniform. But I'm in uniform, and there's a gentleman walking behind us in the hallway. And he just keeps walking behind us. No big deal. He's not too close. And then he just takes his shot, and he just goes, Rico? He just said, hey, Rico? And I turned around, and I thought I was going to see a coworker, somebody I used to know in the Army, somebody from my past, and I did not recognize this gentleman at all. He was an older gentleman, a civilian, a retired military guy. And a black gentleman about my height, and he said, shout out to the gentleman, I forgot his name, Darnell? It doesn't matter. The point is, I just wanted to let you guys know I am 6 feet tall. No, the point is, he met me, and he shakes my hand, and he goes, Rico, I'm the biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan. And he started telling me about videos I posted yesterday. And that was just so cool. Number one, he recognized me without seeing my name tape, without seeing my name. He just knew me from my posture, my physique, my stride, my look. And I just thought, wow, this dude recognized me from behind. None of you have seen the back of my head. None of you have ever seen me walking away from you. And it was just really cool. And he was like, yo, dapped it up with me. And something I did for him, and I was a little busy, something I did for him was I stopped my day and I talked to him for a good 5 minutes. He wanted to ask me questions. He wanted to know things and how can we do to fix this? What's going on over here? What about, it's usually a Falcon fan, something like that. Just asking me questions about sports. It was pretty neat. And Kim standing there like, yo, and this is the second time in the last month that when I go on base, someone recognizes me and says, hey, Rico knows? So that's pretty cool. So hopefully that'll be the third time now that it's happened to me in my life so far. The third time that I've met a total stranger who follows me on the channel. I'm sure it'll keep happening throughout life. I don't go out very often. So when it does happen, it kind of throws me for a loop because I do not go out into public all that often. I am grinding at work 24/7. And if I leave the house, it's to go run a trail or to go eat somewhere. Not much else. So shout out to Red Lobster. Went to Red Lobster, had lunch, pigged out, went ham, got the itis. Y'all don't know what the itis is? Go watch Boondocks. Search Boondocks itis. Boondocks is a cartoon you should all watch and get cultured on, just so you guys know. But it was so cool. I got home, took a quick nap, and then I got back to work. And I'm in here grinding, and we're going to work throughout the night. If you guys don't know, after tonight's show, we will have a live stream and a live party for everybody to watch. You got to be an MVP. You can watch football games with me if you're an MVP. I will live stream it. Once YouTube turns back on my pay revenue, my stream, I will allow MVPs to either choose. Do you want to be a YouTube MVP or a Patreon MVP? YouTube MVPs will not have the Discord server. They will just have YouTube. And they can just watch the videos there, and they will be able to attend live streams, MVP-only live streams on YouTube. Right now, I can't do MVP-only live streams, so right now I'm only live streaming on Discord with the MVPs. If you guys didn't know where I'm at, what I'm doing every night, I'm with my MVPs. I'm with my people. We're a community. It's pretty awesome, and we sit down and we watch. We watch every game. Yes, I'm like a color commentator. I talk about the games. I talk about what we're seeing, and we sit there and we root for who we're cheering for that night. And tonight, we're cheering for a lot of different things, man. I gave out a free ladder play. I want to make it very clear. The free ladder play is right here. If I scroll up on the screen, you guys can see it. This is the free ladder play, and the free ladder play for tonight is an anytime touchdown from Ontario Brown, the starting running back for Northern Illinois, and Jalen Buckley, the starting running back from Western Michigan. Both these running backs are great, and I hope they each get in a touchdown, and it'll be straight. How do I be a TikTok MVP? No such thing, unstupid. There's no TikTok MVPs. Excuse me. But I appreciate you guys for being here. We're going to get into today's slate. I apologize. Because I had to work a full day in the Army, there was not much that I can put on the plate for the show. So the show will be over as soon as I'm done talking about the games, unless you guys have questions. So here's how you guys can make the show go longer. Ask me questions about the Big 10 or the MAC. But the only place I read the questions is either on the Discord server or on YouTube. So if you're watching me on TikTok right now, I can see you guys in the chat. I see you guys on the live stream. What's up? You guys are writing. All you need to do is go to YouTube, search Rico Knows, click on the live tab, and you'll be in the show, and you can read and answer questions, or you can ask me questions. I'll answer them. I want to answer your questions that you guys are saying right here. I can't see them. I can't answer you here. I can only watch these two screens. So while I'm talking and I'm giving you guys a review of all the games, that's a good time to come on over to YouTube and jump in with everybody over here and start asking the questions. That's how the format works. Nonetheless, let's get started. So, if you didn't hear, the Bills lost to the Broncos last night. Monday Night Football. My goodness, I watched my first football game in a while. I watched the whole thing because I told the MVPs, hey, we're going to take the under tonight. And remember, I don't pick NFL games because I told you guys NFL games are just Look, if you go over here, though, and you go up to the NFL predictions list, NFL predictions right here, and you see Rico Knows in yellow, right? I say this all the time. I don't actually pick NFL games often, so it's my assessment, right? But that's my assessment. I'm cheering against Josh Allen. I'm not a Josh Allen guy. I don't believe in him in clutch situations. I don't think he gets it done. Earlier in the day, I said my NFL pick is the under and the under. Both hit. This was a 147 parlay I gave to everybody on the Discord server for free. You can see it up here on the screen. Okay? We're not lying about this. I'm telling everybody I'm taking the under. I don't believe in anything they're doing. Right? I want to tell you guys. Look at some guy showed up and said, Rico, we need an I was wrong video on CJ Stroud. Bruh, I've made 5 or 6 videos addressing this topic. Please go away. Seriously, I don't care if you're an MVP. Go away. Real talk. $25 to badger me? Never. Never. Just letting you know. Nonetheless, you saw a team last night that looked okay. They just don't get it done when it matters most. And what do the Bills do today? They go and fire their offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey. First off, Ken Dorsey lost like 2 college games his whole career as a player. Then he became a quarterback's coach, and he did really well. Helped Cam Newton peak and become an NFL MVP, 2015. He was the quarterback's coach for Cam Newton. And then he goes out there, fixes Josh Allen. They say he fixed him. I'm telling you, you can't fix Josh Allen. I don't think Josh Allen's any good. Oh, Rico, he's top 5. Yeah, okay. I'll pick 5 other people. I'm not picking him. I don't think he's any good. Don't care about stat. Don't care about nothing. I'm looking at that dude like I don't want him on my team. I told everybody this. I've been saying it all summer long. But then you go and fire the offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey. Why? He didn't fumble those handoffs. He didn't throw those interceptions. That dude, Josh Allen, should send Ken Dorsey his entire salary next year and apologize for getting him fired. Josh Allen is the reason Ken Dorsey got fired. Like, he should feel really bad. Like, if you guys had a job and you were at work right now And let's just say you worked in a warehouse and you were a forklift operator and you knocked over a whole row of goods. You guys have seen those videos, right? Where the dude crashes into one of the aisles and everything falls over like at Home Depot. Boom, 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 boom. And they go and fire the manager because the manager had poor safety protocols. Wouldn't the forklift operator feel pretty bad? I think Josh Allen is one of the worst decision makers with the game on the line. I think the only thing Josh Allen has ever earned is the right to lose to Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Only thing he's ever earned. Everything else has been given to him. Remember, this is a guy who was anointed because of his tools and traits, and that's when they said that's when they determined he's good. He looked good. They said, this guy's good. He looks good. Went on the field, played like shit at Wyoming. Didn't care. They said he looks good. Brought him to Buffalo. Was terrible at Buffalo. Terrible. But then they go and sign a good passing coach. Okay, and I say a good passing coach is in their former head coach. They go and sign, Dayball, by the way. They go and sign an all-pro wide receiver. And when you combine those things all in the same year, it looks like the man took a step forward. But I'm not fooled. I study film for a living. I evaluate talent for a living. Literally do this job and nothing else in this world. This is my job 100% of the time. And, I got a nice message today from a gentleman who found an old video of mine where I was talking about a player. And he said, Rico, this does not get enough credit. Oh my God, you got this so right. People don't talk about this enough. And I just wrote back to him and I said, you're telling me. When I evaluate talent and I look at Josh Allen, I see a guy who's been given the keys to a Lexus. Been given the keys to a Lexus, and I got news for you guys. He shouldn't be driving anything above a Corolla. It's just a fancy Toyota. That's what Kim tells me every day. He shouldn't be driving anything better than a Corolla. That dude's not built for driving a Lexus. He doesn't know what it is. He's not going to drive you to the Super Bowl. He's not that type of player, man. That dude is the type of guy to struggle at Wyoming. That's who he is. The yak he gets from Diggs kind of masks that. It hides it. Obfuscates it. It makes it so you can't really tell that he sucks. But I can tell. I watched the film. This guy's terrible. Letting you know. But remember, you're as good as your opportunity. So when you're drafted in the first round, you're going to start. Doesn't matter how good you are, you're going to start. They invested money in you, you're going to start. You guys don't believe me? Israel Abanikanda, for me, was one of my best running back going into the draft. I love everything about Israel Abanikanda on film. I think that's an amazing, talented running back. I don't think I missed. I tell everybody the same thing. I don't know how good you're going to be in the NFL. It depends where you get drafted. He got drafted to a team that already had great running backs. Israel Abanikanda got drafted to the Jets, and they didn't need a running back. So now you're drafted in the 5th round, and now you're on the Jets, and everybody goes, ha, Rico, you missed. This guy, do you understand? Do you guys understand that the Jets have a great running back room? Go and sign Cook off the streets. Go and sign, Dalvin Cook, all this shit. And Israel Abanikanda is about to make that 53 and get off the active roster. Israel Abanikanda is about to make that team. They still took him. But when you go to a team like that, you don't get to start. Do you guys really think Tyson Bagent is better than Kyle Trask? Do you guys really think that? Do you think Tyson Bagent is better than Kyle Trask? Because Kyle Trask has yet to start a game in the NFL because he found himself on a roster with real starting quarterbacks ahead of him. This happens. You get to a team and they have an incumbent or somebody ahead of you and you don't get to see the field. Doesn't mean you're not better than other people in the NFL. Ask Steve Young as he sat on the bench waiting to start games, backing up Joe Montana. It happens everywhere. And it's a shame people don't recognize that you are only as good as your opportunity. So when you're drafted and you're not given an opportunity, that doesn't mean you're not good. It doesn't mean you're not better than the other players. It's frustrating because there's some good receivers out there not getting shots. But Josh Allen didn't have to earn anything. He didn't beat anyone out. It was handed to him. And it's been one of these things where they just build around you, try to give you all the parts and pieces, and you don't know what to do with it. He's a 16-year-old in a sports car. He's going to total that shit. He don't know how to handle it. He's going to turn it over all over the place. That's why you got to look at him. Hey, man, I don't think this guy knows how to drive this shit. Let's not go there. He's not built for this. He's not built for the moment, y'all. And I promise, it's never going to get better. Josh Allen's career has peaked. It's not getting better with Joe Brady. Joe Brady ain't fixing shit. So as I was looking at transactions, and it's not here on the screen, I didn't pull it up. I could go to Twitter and pull it up, but it doesn't matter. Jack Jones, I told you guys yesterday, Jack Jones got cut by the Patriots. And we're not yesterday. Yeah, I did. I talked about it yesterday. Cut by the Patriots. Maybe I talked about it on a previous show. And Jack Jones is the kid from Long Beach Poly. Got kicked out of USC, character concerns, grades, a bunch of other issues. Went home, decided to go back on the block with his buddies, and burglarized and broke into a Panda Express at 3 in the morning to steal some money. Yeah, he broke into a Panda Express, got arrested. All the coaches ignored it. Antonio Pierce, Herm Edwards, they signed him at Arizona State. They don't care. They want him because he's talented. He's a former Long Beach Poly kid, former USC transfer. So he's at Arizona State. He's got character concerns there too. Cancer in the locker room. They don't care. Patriots still want him. Draft him. He's on the Patriots, gets arrested this summer, bringing a gun to the airport. Just doesn't have his priorities straight, and he sucks as a person. And the Patriots finally cut him. Cool. Then the Raiders signed him today. The Raiders, Las Vegas. We have the right culture, the right team. We want this guy on our team. Yeah, I know. Because Pierce was his college coach at Arizona State, was his high school coach at Long Beach Poly, he thinks he can fix him. I'll give him the right environment. I know this kid. No, you don't. You're hiring a criminal. You're choosing him over a good player out there who's sitting in the free agency, waiting for a shot to make your final 53. And for anybody who comes at me and goes, Rico, you don't like him because you're racist. You don't like black players. No, bruh. I'm saying sign another black player, okay? I'm saying sign another defensive back. Sign another corner. Don't get it twisted. I like model citizens. I like people who contribute to society. I like people who follow laws and rules and respect fellow American citizens. Somebody owned that Panda Express for you to break into it. Some owner was at home sleeping with his family. The alarm goes off. He gets an alert. He comes into work, and now he's got to put a piece of plywood up at his storefront because you and your jackass friends broke the damn window, jumped through it, and tried to steal the register. I'm not cool with it. Not cool at all. I don't think that guy deserves a job. There's other players out there that deserve jobs. Jermichael Hasty, running back out of Baylor, Longview, Texas. Jermichael Hasty got signed by the Patriots because they cut your boy, okay? So for me, to see a move like that, I get excited. Because I know that man was at home waiting for a chance, waiting for a call. Then his agent called him and was like, yo, bro, we got choices. Where you want to go? Well, who's interested in me? The Patriots are interested. Oh, shit, they're claiming me off waivers. Yes, they are. Oh, I got a job again. That's the type of shit I'm feeling about. That's the type of stuff I get excited about. NFL frustrates me, man. They'll just keep signing losers left and right because they think they can fix them. It's gross. All right, so tonight's games, you got Toledo at Bowling Green. I'm not going to do a full breakdown of these games because I did them for the MVPs only. All weekday games are for MVPs only. So you either be an MVP to learn about them, but let me go. I'll give you guys a skim and an understanding. Toledo's already bowl eligible. Toledo's already going to the MAC championship. So this game means nothing to them. Bowling Green on the other side, they have 6 wins. They might be the biggest fraud with 6 wins in America, but they got them. They played 4 of the easiest teams in the MAC to start, and they won them all. Bowling Green has some type of offense. They score points here and there. They got 2 really good running backs. Both are injured tonight. I like their third-string running back. I watched film on him all morning. I watched his huddle tape. He's from Florida, Jacksonville. He's been at school for like 3 years now. Patterson. Good kid. I liked him. He looks sharp to me. I hope he runs pretty good tonight. I really do. So there's Bowling Green. Western Michigan, Northern Illinois. I love Western Michigan's team. Know all their players. Know them well. Like them. Northern Illinois is just a boring bunch to watch. They are 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of offense. I hate them. Hey, but Rocky Lombardi's still their quarterback, so that's pretty cool. Michigan State kid transfer. Akron, worst defense in America. Akron's not good, and Eastern Michigan's another 3 yard in a cloud of dust team. They just run. They got an 1,100-yard rusher, some white dude named Samson Evans. He looks like Mike Allstott without the neck pad or whatever. You guys don't know that. I'll tell you guys something. When I was a youth football player, before high school, right? When I was a youth football player, they used to make us play at certain ages and certain weights, and I was one of the bigger kids on the team. So coach says, hey, man, you're going to be our fullback. Now, the running back was Jeff Webb, and he went on to play wide receiver at San Diego State and got drafted by the Chiefs. Shout out to, I think Herm Edwards drafted him at the Chiefs. Anyways, Jeff was the running back. I was the fullback, and I wore number 22 because of Emmitt Smith. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I was the linebacker. Now, for the season, I was the defense player of the year, and Jeff was the offense player of the year, and then my twin brother, Morantz, was our MVP. And we all went to high school together. We were all superstars in high school and did all these great things. But in our youth days, our coach had this really good idea that back in the 90s, bruh, the bigger the shoulder pads, the better. You wanted big shoulder pads. Big shoulder pads meant you could take like a huge hit or give a huge hit. Nowadays, it's comical. We look at those huge shoulder pads and we just shake our heads and go, oh, my God, how could you move in those things? You couldn't make anybody miss. You couldn't do anything. You looked big when you got off the bus, right? You were the first dude off the bus. You were the first dude at the scale. You were like, yeah, this is me. I remember I was this monstrous-looking linebacker, and it was hilarious. I couldn't move at all. Like, I could run. I'm fast. I was agile, but you just can't get it done. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so envious of people with smaller shoulder pads. But I never wore one of those neck pads, the neck rolls and all that stuff. I never wanted to be Bill Romanowski or Bosworth or any of those type of dudes. I just remember the big shoulder pads and not being able to move much. And as I got older, and I was a corner and a safety in high school, I definitely learned, like, oh, man, I want smaller pads. Hey, I just want to be out here like a skeleton. Like, I just want this, like, I'm good. I don't need much. And, so now I see kids, they don't wear any pads. I see thigh pads not even in the pads. Like, it's crazy. There ain't no knee pads. These boys got this shit, like, way up high. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, anytime I see guys with big shoulder pads and they look really immobile, I think, man, how does he even play? Well, that's how it is with Samson Evans over there on Eastern Michigan. Their running back, Evans, he's just a big, powerful Mike Allstott-looking dude, I'm telling you. So in the red zone, he'll probably punch it in and stuff like that. Let's go over the MAC games for the week. Obviously, more weekday games. I won't go into detail. I can just tell you that Ohio's defense is very stout, but their offense is just not getting it done. All these great names, and they're not very good. Central Michigan, Jim McElwain's got a good team. He's doing the most he can with what he has. They're not great. They're good. They're not great. Buffalo, best secondary in America against Miami of Ohio. They don't even throw the ball. Miami of Ohio doesn't even throw it. So it looks like a favorable matchup for Miami of Ohio. In this matchup, let's see what the spread is on this game. I can give you guys a full-blown rundown. I don't think this is going to be on my MVP locks list. I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, minus 12.5 for Ball State, a team that doesn't even really score that well. I think Ball State's defense isn't all that great. I think Kent State can actually score in this game. Remember, Kent State's 1-9, 0-6 in conference. But look, Kent State had a little bit of a shootout here with Akron. I think Kent State can score. That over-under looks a little low. 41.5. Ball State might go off, bro. Ball State's good. Ball State's good for 30. In this game, Ball State will put up 30. They just beat NIU 20-17. They'll put up 30. Trust. I think the over's in play here. 41.5. Go put your money on it. Give me the over. Ball State, Kent State. Remember I told you guys this. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. And then let's go over here before I get into questions. Just a reminder, TikTok, if you're watching and you got questions and comments, go over to YouTube and put in a question and a comment, and I got you. Go ahead. If you're asking me questions on TikTok, I don't read the comments here. You got to go to YouTube, put it in, or go to the Discord server and put it in over there. All right, so games on Saturday. Michigan at Maryland. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I don't know where this is going to come up. Oh, we're good. Okay, I can pull it up. My bad. So, I just need to double check that these games aren't on my list. Michigan and Maryland, that is an MVP level lock. I can just tell you that Michigan looks very dominant, and Maryland does not look good recently. They really don't look. They have not looked good recently. Rutgers at Penn State. This is probably not on my lock list. I will double check. Yeah, and I believe in the under in this game. I don't know what it is, but I believe that Penn State has a terrible offense. I know they're number 10 in the country. They have a terrible offense, man. And Rutgers has a good defense, and Gavin Wimsatt just can't throw the ball. But I like the under in this game, and obviously like Penn State, they can win the game. They can be dominant over Rutgers. Rutgers can't score, but their offense is gross. Drew Allar? Nope. I told you guys he wasn't it. When I look at this game right here, Michigan State at Indiana, off the top of the head, I say Indiana's a better team. I really do. And if you go look, I bet Michigan State's the favorite. Oh, I use the favorite by 4 points. There we go. I think they're the better team. 47.5 seems a bit high for these teams, but Indiana's been giving up a ton of passing yards. A ton. Michigan State, yes, one of the worst teams out there. I don't know how the hell they beat Nebraska. 24 to Rutgers. This feels similar score right here. This feels similar for this game. 27-24. This feels similar. So the over-under is 47. I think they can get the over. I think they'll be able to score on each other. There's a little pillow fight here. Terrible, terrible game. Ain't interested in watching it. Obviously, I will. Purdue at Northwestern. Give me Northwestern to win this game. It's a home game. Purdue, yeah, they just put up 49, but I still believe in Northwestern's defense. See who's favored. Purdue is favored by 3. I think Northwestern's going to win this game. So there's one of those things where I just think straight up, Northwestern just beat Wisconsin, almost beat Iowa, beat Maryland. Look at Northwestern's games, bro. Look at their last 3. What team does that look like? When you're looking at them winning against Wisconsin, beating Maryland, and almost beating Iowa. That doesn't look like a team that's going to lose to Purdue. No way. I like Northwestern in a slugfest. In a straight slugfest. Give me Northwestern. And become bowl eligible. What a story. From winning one game last year to being bowl eligible if you beat Purdue. Give me Northwestern at home, beating Purdue. Give me the money line. Go get that money line. I gotta add this to my chart. You guys think I'm joking? I'm over here on my chart. I'm writing Northwestern money line, and I got to go look up what the odds are on the FanDuel. I believe in that. Give me Northwestern to beat Purdue. Illinois at Iowa. Illinois found themselves Paddock. If you don't know, their backup quarterback Paddock is now starting. John Paddock, former Ball State quarterback, threw for 500 yards last week. Illinois is like, yo, we can score. What I think is more important for Illinois, let me show you guys something. What I think is more important for Illinois is their running back, not Fagan here, Love. Love is back. If you go back over here and you look at Illinois and what they just did to Iowa, a lot of what they did is Love and Isaiah Williams finally coming through. So Love is back. He's been injured. He's their star running back. That's 24 carries, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Isaiah Williams getting 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Williams, I don't know if he had scored before this game. He's got 5 touchdowns. Okay. So but Isaiah Williams is a star wide receiver. And he's getting there, man. His yards per average, higher than it's ever been. Now he has a career high in touchdowns. But Isaiah Williams is a problem. Look at this. Oh, it was because he had 2 touchdowns against Minnesota. So the last 2 weeks, he's found the end zone. This is your target right here. Is Iowa going to shut down Isaiah Williams? Let me know. I need to know what's going to happen because Isaiah Williams looks like he's on fire. And when you got Love back in the backfield, these guys are real players. So I like Isaiah Williams. I like Love. They look like they match up well. And we know Iowa has no offense. That's a fact. Iowa has no offense, but Illinois is going to fight for, look at this, 30 and a half? Oh, boy. It'll be the first time I say this all year. Give me the over. Give me the over on 30 and a half. I think Illinois puts up 2 touchdowns. I think Illinois finds a way to score 2 touchdowns. They don't have Luke Altmaier throwing away interceptions everywhere. They're healthy. Iowa will find a way to score. I got it. They'll run back a punt or something. Give me the over on 30 and a half, and I like an upset in Illinois. Am I talking crazy? I like an upset with Illinois winning this game. I'm letting you know now. Yeah, I like Illinois to win this game. Upset. What? I like it. I like some upsets up in here. Illinois and Northwestern. I'm writing it down. Illinois. Which one? Oh, Big D. What up, Big D? He says, what's up, brother? Was a pleasure to have met you today. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. There it is. Big D. This is the man I talked about earlier in the show. If you don't know, go on YouTube, rewind the show. Big D, shout out to you, man. I met him in person today. I was rocking my uniform, and there he is on TikTok. Shout out to him. But I hope, let me get back on track here. Thank you for the support. I hope that Northwestern and Illinois win these games. I really do. We got Ohio State at Minnesota. The spread is huge. I can't go there. I love Ohio State to win this game, but my God, it's 28 points. It feels like they should be able to do that. Minnesota's just terrible, and Ohio State needs to start scoring more points. I'm not impressed with the 38-3 win. I'm not impressed with the 35-16. None of these have impressed me, ever. Not a single one of these impressed me. Not a single one. I want to see a dominant performance from beginning to end. Let me see you cover that spread, but I'm not betting on it. I also believe the under's in play here. 48.5, the under's got to be in play. Unless you think Ohio State's scoring 48 points. Because Minnesota's not scoring. They're terrible. Minnesota ain't scoring. Not on Ohio State. Nah. I put up 10 on Michigan, bro. You think they're doing 10 on Ohio State? We'll see. I don't like that. I like the under on that. All right, so that's my breakdown on all the games. So I'm going to go over to the questions and answers. I'm going to the questions first from the MVPs on Discord. Then I'm moving over to the YouTube questions. Once I run out of questions, the show's over. So if you're on TikTok watching me right now, all you got to do, if you want to be a part of the show, ask me a question. I will answer it. Move over to YouTube or the Discord server and drop a question and I will answer. All questions got to be Big 10 or MAC related today. Those are the only conferences we're talking about. Remember, we got a watch party for MVPs only on the Discord server tonight. So if you want to be an MVP, go to Patreon. That's all I can tell you. It's right here. Go to Patreon, become an MVP. Let's go get these questions. What do we got? Shout out to the Discord server. I'm going to you guys first. I'm pulling it up on the screen here right now. Discord server, chat. Opening up chat. Let's rewind it and go back to 5 p.m. because that's when we started. Said, what's good, EC? This is Steve. He's talking to my boy, Evan Kramer. Evan Kramer says, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? I'm going to move this over here so I can read it, y'all. It's too far for me sometimes. Rico is our Hulk. Oh, because I'm going green. If you didn't know, we're going green tonight. Recovering from a devastating weekend. All good over here. Damn, Steve. Steve had a devastating weekend. If you don't know, he's a Kansas fan, and he's down and out right now. Yeah, tough outing for Kansas Saturday. I had to watch the Georgia game with a bunch of delusional Georgia fans, so that was fun. They're not delusional, Evan Kramer. Georgia looked great, beating the hell out of Ole Miss. I think they look like the number one team in the country. That's my assessment right now. It's getting refined, right? Haha, that had to be tough. Thought our third-string quarterback was going to pull us through, but not to be. 87.5%. Not sure what that is. Came into the chat and forgot that Steph posted a thirst trap in the Rico gear. Can't wait to hate. I bet on Mac action tonight. Okay, there it is. We bet on Mac action. MVPs, that's what we do. Rico, what is going on with Wisconsin? This may be an all-time low loss. Okay, So if you don't know, Bobby Albright is from Wisconsin, and he wants to know what's going on with Wisconsin because they just lost. And losing the way they did this week, they've lost 3 in a row. And he's saying this Northwestern loss is an all-time low. Well, number one, you just lost to a team with a record just as good as yours. So it's not an all-time low, number one. Number two, I thought losing at Indiana was worse. Putting up 14 points on Indiana was embarrassing. When you start to look at what Wisconsin is, you start to realize they are terrible. Let me explain. They beat Buffalo in the first game of the season. It wasn't an impressive win. I've seen Buffalo lose worse in the MAC. Okay? And then they go and lose to Washington State. And you need to ask yourself, I'm worried about the Pac-12. The Pac-12 has no wins outside a conference that are noteworthy. That would normally be a problem, or that would normally be applauded for like the SEC. SEC would go, well, the only games that matter are the ones in conference. Well, for some reason, the Pac-12 has no marquee wins outside of conference. And if you go back to week 2 or week 3, you started valuing the Pac-12 because of their wins over teams like Wisconsin. Remember when Washington State beat them? And everybody goes, man, Washington State, man, they might be a top 25 team because they just beat Wisconsin. Somebody's at the front door, sweetie? I'm sorry, somebody's at my front door. That never happens, so we might have to kill someone. You go figure out who it is? Yeah. I didn't install the peephole yet. I bought a peephole yesterday so we can put it on the front door. Right now we're just opening up the door. 9 loaded. Why do I hear music? Sorry, guys. Sorry for the interruption. I literally hear music. What is it, babe? Okay. Homie's rocking music for real. But my point is the Pac-12 has no wins outside of conference that are impressive. And more importantly, we got to start reevaluating what those wins were because they just don't look good. And I don't know how we're going to value them moving forward. It's a real problem for teams like Washington and Oregon when you're being compared to teams like Texas, Florida State, Louisville, Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia, Alabama, because only 4 can make it. Just something to think about. But when in the case of Wisconsin, my God, are they not good? They beat Georgia Southern, but it wasn't by much. Beating Purdue, not by much. It wasn't as impressive as some of these other wins. Getting by Rutgers, Losing to Iowa, I've seen Iowa lose, and I've seen teams be better. Beating Illinois in a shootout, what are we doing? And then just losing these last 3 weeks. I'm starting to think Wisconsin might be at the bottom of the Big Ten. And more importantly, maybe Phil Longo is a terrible offensive coordinator. Maybe Phil Longo was the wrong choice. You cannot go and implement your offensive scheme without the players. So they said they were doing an air pass-oriented thing. And how many years, guys? I'm 41 years old. I'm 41 years old. You know how many years of my life I remember Wisconsin being a run-oriented team? All 41 years. My earliest memory is Wisconsin running backs, one after another, of these behemoth running backs just running and churning over the ball, like Monty Ball and Ron Dane and White, James White, and I could just go on and on and on. All these running backs over and over and over, Calhoun. And it was just dudes just grinding out the carries with roses in their mouths because they were going to the Rose Bowl. Now what? Now they're losing to Northwestern and Indiana in back-to-back weeks? And can you imagine if they don't beat Nebraska? What a disaster. And this all goes back to me telling you guys in the preseason, I told everybody, I don't think this team is bought in to their coaching staff. If you do a search on TikTok for #Wisconsin and #RicoKnows, you're going to find a lot of positive videos about Wisconsin. I thought they were going to do well. But in my research, I realized these guys hate Coach Fickell. They don't want Coach Fickell. They don't want Luke Fickell. They want Jim Leonhard. Jim Leonhard, former Wisconsin Badger, former defensive superstar, interim head coach, defensive coordinator, whatever you want to call him. But they didn't give him the head coaching job, and that hurts that you didn't pick a Wisconsin man to lead Wisconsin. You went and picked a guy Fickle, and you chased it, and look at the wheels have fallen off this year. And how are you going to fix it? Tanner Mordecai came back in this game, by the way. Tanner Mordecai's been gone for a while. And if we go in here and we search and we look, check the box score, Tanner Mordecai, 45 attempts. 45 attempts. But who are these running backs? I told you, they got no running backs. Jackson Aker was fifth string last year. You lost 3 running backs to the transfer portal. Cade Yakimelli. That's who you're rocking. And when you look at it, Tanner Mordecai comes back from injury and just doesn't get it done. I don't know what Wisconsin plans to do moving forward, but I don't like the hire of Phil Longo. I'm not excited for what Fickle's growing there. And the reality is there's just no buy-in from his defensive players. And you can't win when your team hasn't bought into you. Shout out to A.J. Henning for being too much, right? Being too much for these guys. This is a Michigan transfer right here. Cam Johnson, Arizona State transfer. Vandy transfer as well. Transferred a couple times. I like pointing out all the transfers because I want transfers to be successful. Ben Bryant, transfer from Cincinnati. The whole team is transfers. All the studs are transfers, and they're working out. How do you think these two teams feel? Same record, same conference record, same overall record. How do you think they feel? One locker room is ecstatic with their performance, and the other is falling apart, saying this is the worst loss in school history. Think about it. That's the opposite end of the spectrum. And that all comes from inflated expectations. Inflated expectations that Wisconsin just doesn't – there's no justification for this. And I think that's where you're stuck, man. Josh is a walking turnover. Yeah, Josh Allen is. I think Jamie Chadwell is who Mississippi State should hire. They've generally had to make unconventional hires to have success. Thoughts? Who put the thumbs down? Salt in the SWAT. Salt in the SWAT is a Mississippi State guy. And he put the thumbs down on it. Jamie Chadwell's amazing. Jamie Chadwell's a really good head coach. This is the former Coastal Carolina head coach, now the head coach at Liberty, undefeated. Jamie Chadwell, I can't imagine Liberty can keep him for another year. Just showed up. Didn't even bring players with him. I mean, he brought like 1 or 2 young guys. They're not even in the 2 deep right now. He lost all kinds of guys from Liberty. They lost Day-Day Hunter, Shedro Lewis. They lost their whole secondary. They lost players, man. Ahmed Brooks, Mike Wright at linebacker. They lost their 2 leading tacklers. Didn't matter. Look at them. Go watch those guys on film. Liberty's playing with some swag. They're undefeated, and it's all Jamie Chadwell just getting the most juice, the juice for the squeeze, man. I think he belongs in the Power 5. I don't know where. Is the James Franklin bashing fair? Do Penn State fans have unrealistic expectations? Or do you think at a place like Penn State, winning 8 to 10 games consistently and hoping one of these years everything falls into place is more realistic? Would you want him to stay if you're a Penn State fan? Whoa. Great question, Jay Trav. I appreciate you for being here. So, first and foremost, is the James Franklin bashing fair? I would imagine that any bashing is never fair. I'd imagine those doing the bashing are doing it behind your back. You're unable to defend yourself. Sometimes it's unbeknownst to you. You're not even aware that people are bashing you. So I don't like bashing. I don't think that it's quote-unquote fair. But is it warranted? Sometimes it is, man. Sometimes his decision-making makes me sick. And then sometimes you guys just don't get it because in the moment he's not playing Madden, right? He's playing real football. He's doing this with real young men and with real decisions that need to be made. For example, when he went for 2 after the first touchdown, everybody gasped for air because, oh, my God, if you don't make it, you're down 9, and now you need 2 possessions. Yeah, bro, that's how it works when you don't make it after you score a touchdown, kick it, and go into that onside kick down by 8, it doesn't really matter because you still got to make the 2 or else you need 2 possessions. At least you need 2 possessions before that. Now, going for 2 before halftime, let's talk about it. It's craziness. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's when you're trailing by 15 points and you score and you say to yourself, do we go for 2 right now or do we kick it and only trail by 8? Right? You're down by 9. You just scored your 6 points. You're down by 9, and everybody, conventional wisdom says, oh, kick the extra point, you'll be down by 8. And then your next touchdown, you go for 2, you got a chance to tie the game and go into overtime. But that doesn't really matter. You can go for 2 right fucking now. Right now. You're down by 9, go for 2. If you don't make it, yes, you're down by 2 possessions, and it seems like you ruined everything. But it really doesn't matter. If you go for 2 right now or you go for 2 at the end of the game, if you got to make the 2 points either way. You got to make them at one point. There's no other way around it. So I'm not stressing that. Do I think at a place like Penn State winning 8 to 10 games consistently? Well, James Franklin, I could be mistaken. Let me double check this. I don't want to talk out of turn. But let's pull it up. Because I think you guys are wrong. What are we talking about? James Franklin, 11-2, 11-2, 11-3, 9-4. 4 years in a row here. Losing a Rose Bowl, winning a Rose Bowl. People want to fire this guy. He won a Rose Bowl last year. That's the goal of any Big Ten champion. That was the biggest bowl you could ever win if you were a Big Ten champ. The Rose Bowl. Every school, if you win the Rose Bowl, you're not getting fired. I don't give a shit who you are. You win the Rose Bowl, you're not getting fired. Only delusional fans want to fire you after winning the Rose Bowl. So now you come into this year, you've lost 2 games, a game to Ohio State and Michigan. No one thought you were supposed to win those games. So why the hell are we being punished for it? Those are the 2 games we thought you were going to lose. Now, if he loses another game to another team he was supposed to beat, I could understand your mindset or your frame of mind of like he needs to be fired. I could understand that. But he hasn't lost a single game that he wasn't supposed to. Like look, guys, let me help you out. If you want to be a professional poker player, I'm a really good poker player. I played in a tournament not too long ago. I'm not rich, guys. I played in a $1,000 buy-in tournament. I don't give a shit. I finished 10th. I was calling Kim after every break. I was there for 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever it was. I was in it. I could play poker. I got an amazing mind. But you know what makes you a good poker player? It's not winning with the nuts. That doesn't make you a good poker player. When you have the winning cards, it's really easy to win the hand. At that point, you want to maximize the amount of chips you win with the winning cards. But what really makes you good at poker is how many hands can you win when you don't have the nuts? How many hands can you win with chip manipulation? How many hands can you win with understanding position and pot odds? How many hands can you win when you weren't supposed to win? That'll make you a professional. That'll make you better than anybody at that table. Winning with the nuts is easy. Getting the most amount of value out of every hand is amazing. Minimizing losses when you were supposed to lose or when you're trailing and you're in a cooler, you don't have a chance of winning. You're drawing dead. Those are all the marks of being great. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I apologize for the analogy. But what I'm trying to tell you is there isn't a single time that Franklin here is losing a game he was supposed to win. I haven't seen it. Not in 2 years, but we want to fire him. Every game he's coached, he's supposed to win, he wins. Every game that he loses, he was supposed to lose. If you want to be great, you got to win one of those games when you were supposed to lose. I get that. You want to be great, you got to win when you don't have the winning cards. You got to win when you don't have the better team. That's what makes you an amazing coach. If you can get your team to win a game they weren't supposed to win. And he doesn't do that. Got it. But my goodness, he's not losing hands he was supposed to win. He's not folding with the nuts. You ever want to be a bad poker player? You have the winning cards in your hand and you fold? and that other guy across the table made you fold because he either bluffed you off of it, he bet before you, he pushed in before, whatever it is. He outplayed you on the turn, the river, doesn't matter. My point is that's what makes that guy great and you not so great. None of these guys are beating Franklin with lesser teams. He's losing to teams with better players. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm cool with James Franklin. Haven't seen him make a mistake yet. You just don't like what you see. I got it. Would you want him to stay if you're a Penn State fan? Yep. The continuity, the brand, the consistent. Look at this, man. Since getting there, since he got here, going 11-3 from this point forward, we don't count the 2020 year. 1-7-6 season. Everything else is above 9 wins. Like you wrote 8 to 10 wins. 8 to 10 wins, but everything's 9 or above. There's no 8 wins here. It's 8 wins because he hasn't played enough games. Since 2016, 9 or 11 wins. Don't count the 2020 year, and he had one bad year. Yeah, that's what happens when you miss on a quarterback and you got to start Sean Clifford or Will Levis. That's what happens right here. But he could have had 8 if he won his bowl game. Winning a Rose Bowl, though, and the very next year people want to fire you? People calling for his head? Losing to the top 2, losing to teams ranked 1 and 3 or the top 3 in the whole damn country? Come on, bro. Give that man the benefit of the doubt and keep it moving. The NFL is like the woman that thinks she can change a man or the man that can turn a hoe into a housewife. Ain't happening, bro. Let me tell you, TJ. Let me tell you, TJ. It ain't happening, bro. We see it all the time. It's crazy, man. It's those people, well, I can't find a good man. There's no good man out there. You keep looking in the same place, man, you're the common denominator, bro. You're the problem. You're the problem. These NFL coaches are the problem. You need to change your demographic. Elevate the people you associate with. Now, I'm going to give you guys a real-life lesson, man. Real-life lesson. I was dating women on Tinder, POF, Plenty of Fish, OkCupid. I was on every dating app there ever was. This was like 7 years ago. I was dating anybody, bro. Beautiful women. I go and meet them. They had everything right. Built like I needed them. I'm letting you know right now, thicker than a Snicker, walking around looking great. And then little by little, I remember I met this girl. She was so bad. I was like, yo, she's fine as hell. We went on a date. We were walking. At the zoo. We were at the zoo. We were walking. And she starts telling me, I'm 38 years old. I'm like, cool. Okay, yeah, no problem. She goes, well, right now I'm kind of in between jobs. I'm like, oh, okay. Unemployed. Okay. Okay. No big deal. I'm still getting it. I'm still going to hit. She goes, I got 3 kids. I'm like, oh, yeah, me too. 3, 4. I got 4 kids, but yeah, okay. They got 3 different baby daddies, but I don't have no drama. I don't talk to them that much. I'm like, cool. Do you get child support? First thing I say, do you get child support? Because I pay a lot of child support. Do you get child support? She's like, well, no, I don't get any child support. Nobody helps me with the kids. I'm independent. I'm like, oh, God, shit. I'm going to be paying for those kids if I stick around. This is crazy. And then she goes, well, right now. I'm like, so where do you stay? She's like, well, right now I stay with my mom and my dad. All right, so you're 38, unemployed, 3 kids, 3 different dads, no job, but you're fine as hell. Get out of my life, bro. Get out of my life. And I realized the first time I went to a barbecue with her, the first time I went, we went and did some things, and we were starting to like hang out and do things, dating. I realized real quick, I am associating with somebody that I would never know in my walk of life. Like I am associating with the decay of society, with people that I don't need to be around, like just a lower caliber of person. And if you ever wanted to be better at life and succeed at life, and find yourself in a situation where you're not dealing with the drama and the toxicity and those nights of arguments and shit. Like, if you ever wanted to get away from all that, all you have to do is elevate the people you associate with. Like, just straight up. Just be like, yo, I'm not dealing with anybody unemployed. Like, period. I don't want to hear about your situation. I don't need to hear any excuse, right? Like, if there's a woman out there watching this show right now and you're about to go on a first date and the dude's like, well, I can't drive for the day. You got to come pick me up because my car's in the shop right now. Like, just stop. Just stop. And just be like, yo, I'm not dating this dude. He don't even have a rental car? I'm out. And you got to just think like this. I don't give a shit what his situation is, what the circumstance is. He's not ready to be in my life right now. That's the mindset you got to have, right? So when I say this to you guys, it's like if you want to have a team as a coach and you want to just be better. Like I got Kim right here. The ability and the amazingness of Kim is she don't have any drama. She don't have any loose ends. She don't got nothing going on. Like it's just not like that. Life is good. So I don't argue anymore. I don't have stress, and I'm not up all night thinking, where is she? Who's texting me this? Like, that's all just crazy, right? If you want to be a great team, you need to start getting coaches and players of a higher echelon and of a different breed and a different type of player. Don't go after character concerns. Don't associate yourself with that type of stuff. And that's just my mindset, right? So when you look at the NFL, the toxic teams, the teams that don't succeed, they're constantly sifting through the free agent market for like these substandard people and bringing them into their locker room. And it's just like dating. You're just bringing in the wrong people. It's the wrong chemistry, bruh. And it ruins everything. And now you got guys arguing, fighting at practice and doing this. It's not healthy. It's just not healthy. And the sooner you can elevate the people you associate with in life, the more successful you'll be. I mean it, man. I mean it. If I'm talking to you and you're in my life, I'll be like looking at you like, man, are you educated? And I don't mean to be rude or nothing, but what you been doing with the last 30 years of your life? Like, I'm just curious, right? I'm just, it's gross. Hey, lessons learned, man. You grow and you live. So, yeah, the NFL, them dudes will be out there. Who gave that 100? Who gave that 100? Who said this? Somebody gave it 100. Evan Kramer did. I think I'm turning into a true degenerate. Flip has me watching North Dakota State and UC Davis. That's some good basketball. That's some good basketball. What you talking about? I think there are fewer people in the gym than people Flip got on this game. That's the crazy part. Careful how much money you're putting on these games. You guys will flip the whole line, pun intended, because there's nobody there. Steve says, yeah, bro, played with the supersized pads. I'm telling you. Rydell, bro. Rydell. That's who it was. Y'all remember Rydell? Babe, you know what Rydell is? Oh, you know what Rydell is? The brand? Rydell? The helmets? Yeah. But they used to make Rydell shoulder pads? Yeah. The shit was just beast-ass shoulder. You just look crazy. Shout out Michael Bennett, always playing with kicker pads. There it is. Do you think Jim McElwain should get another shot in the Power 5? So Jim McElwain, current head coach at Central Michigan right now, do I think he should get another shot in the Power 5? No. I don't think he's done anything to warrant a shot at the Power 5. I think he's right at the echelon he should be at. He has not done anything to make me think he should be in the Power 5. Just real. Only if you can find a school with a shark mascot. I don't know what you're talking about. A shark mascot. I don't know where that came from. I don't know. But there's land sharks. As long as it's not near a beach. Shout out to Michael Bennett for always playing with kicker near a beach. Got a couple great basketball games on tonight. Duke versus Michigan State and Kentucky versus Kansas. Good stuff. There you go. I won't be watching any of that. Do you think Kiffin to A&M is a real possibility? I wish it was. By Belbret. I don't think it is, but I wish it was. I like Kiffin. I think Kiffin can succeed anywhere. So I like Lane Kiffin there. Is it a real possibility? It's realistic. They got the money. He might need a new start. The minute you start getting sued by your players, you might need to bounce. Pete Carroll's recipe for getting out of trouble was just leaving, right? You might need to leave. Go green. Go white. Hey, shout out to TJ. He knows the deal. Michigan State. You say go green, somebody should reply with go white. That's how we know who's a real one. Happy to hear cheer against Duke. There it is. Yes, sir. Shout out to Izzo. If you were the Northwestern AD, would you remove the interim tag or would you do a full coaching search? Oh, I would remove the interim tag, Salt and Swag. We're talking about Braun, the interim head coach, former defensive coordinator from North Dakota State. This guy, Braun, just filling in, doing a great job at Northwestern. Yeah, I would just make him the head coach. Players believe in him. He's doing his damn thing. It's pretty cool. Let's see if he can recruit. Rico living dangerously with the Iowa game over. Hey, watch me. Watch me. Illinois might win 14-3. I love Illinois winning. There we go. I believe in it. More like 9-5. And then watch, they get in the game and they can't do anything against that defense. Iowa's offense is bad. Bad. Great Dolly Parton song. There we go. 9-5. Okay, y'all know what we're talking about. Ohio State can score that. If you believe in them, Bucky, there you go. Are you at all concerned with Fickell seeing had the program has arguably regressed since this point last year under Leonard? I'm not panicked, but definitely disappointed. No. Fickell knows what to do. He's last year at UAB, and then they went with Trent Dilfer, and the team, they all hit the portal. They said, we're out of here. And they left, and that's why Hopkins is at New Mexico right now. Dylan Hopkins transferred to New Mexico because that's where Brian Vincent ended up. He's at New Mexico as the offense coordinator. They are loyal to coaches. Everything in this game is relationship-driven. If there's anything I learned about the transfer portal, these players go wherever there's a relationship or a prior relationship. Just something to think about. Delusional in the sense that every player on the NFL roster is NFL caliber. That every player on the roster is NFL caliber. Oh, yeah. Evan Kramer, I get you. Georgia fans. Shout out to them. Willie Bobo says, happy birthday. Hey, I wasn't telling the world. If you guys didn't know, it is my birthday today. I didn't announce it. I didn't put it in a video. If you're watching the live stream, congratulations. You now know. Thank you very much, Willie Bobo. I wasn't telling people, but today I did turn 41 years old. Not 61, since I've been 60 for the last 5 months to every TikTok hater in the world. But shout out to them. Who wins the Big Ten? Whoever wins the Big Ten championship game, dripped on. I don't even know who's in the game, so I can't give you a guess on that. I'm starting to think the same about Longo. I've been thinking all year they aren't playing to their personnel. I understand we're trying to go a different direction with the offense, but we don't have the horses currently to execute that vision. Yeah, it's offensive linemen that are used to zone run blocking and then being asked to pass pro over 50% of the time. Like, those offensive linemen, they're showing up to be road graders, right? Offensive linemen showing up to be road graders, and how did they do in this game against Northwestern? Pass blocking, 45 attempts. 45 attempts. When you only do 24 run plays, and I would guess that these weren't all 24 run plays because Tanner Mordecai could have been sacked on some plays, but 24 run plays to 45 attempts. These guys all showed up. The offensive linemen at Wisconsin showed up to run you over. They got run blocking linemen. And now you're told, get a little taller in your stance, right? Don't push out forward. It's crazy. It's just a little different, man, the way they're throwing the ball, and the linemen aren't built for it. The team isn't built for it. So, yeah, I hear you. The thing keeping Chadwell at Liberty is his buyout. Someone really has to be willing to dive in to get him out of there. Yeah, they will soon, Sultan. Who would you like to see be the next offensive coordinator at Penn State? I would have to think that they're calling Ken Dorsey immediately after they learned he got fired. Yeah, they love Ken Dorsey. They love NFL pedigree guys, right? Bill O'Brien, Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, you can get anybody, really. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know who they're going to get. Ken Dorsey sounds like an awesome pick, if you ask me. I like it. I do. We'll see what's up. Not sure you fire Franklin. Not at all. Not at all. There's no way you can fire Franklin. He brings way too much stability to that program. It's hard to beat Ohio State and Michigan. Yeah, the biggest issue I have for you guys is who's going to replace him? Like you want to fire Franklin, who are you hiring? You got to have a better replacement. I can't even think of an upgrade. There's no upgrade walking around. So what are you talking about? That's the whole point. There's no upgrade. There's nobody better. Nah. Not a chance. There's no way you fire Franklin. He brings way too much. Yep. I have my nuts. Let it ride. Okay, Willie Bobo. Quarterback play is what hurt Franklin at Penn State. 100%. You put all you remember, you're only as good as your five-star quarterback. You're only as good as your starting quarterback. And they don't have a good one. Real talk. They don't have a good one. Anyone who was able to win 9 games at Vanderbilt is a great coach. Shout out to Franklin. Hey, happy birthday to the GOAT. Thank you so much, Bobby Albright. I'm going to move over to YouTube chat now. Shout out to TikTok. Once I get through YouTube chat, I'll come back to the Discord server. If you want to ask me a question and you want me to answer it, all you have to do is move over to TikTok. Thank you. I'm sorry, to YouTube. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon, Rico. What up, David in Arizona? When the YouTube comes back, are you going to have minions also? Oh, hell yeah, David. I'll have minions, man. Definitely. What do you think comes of the Michigan court case Friday? Oh, what a great question. Rec Gaming, K-Rec Gaming, what comes of the Michigan court case Friday? So Michigan's going to the courts to ask for a restraining order against the conference, so the conference can't ban Jim Harbaugh from the sidelines. Now, Jim says he's going to talk. Coach Harbaugh's going to talk. I'm interested to hear what he has to say. I'm interested to hear what the justification for the suspension is and how much the the conference claims to know about the NCAA investigation and how much of a responsibility and blame he has. Like, who's breaking news? UCLA to fire LV money line against Air Force. Johnny, you're asking me about the Mountain West, and I talk about the Mountain West on Fridays, not Tuesdays. Today is Big Ten and the MAC. Sorry. Rico, what are your thoughts on Dak the last couple of weeks? I don't watch NFL games, but apparently the Cowboys have been winning, so I'm assuming he's playing well. So those are my thoughts. I apologize. I don't watch NFL games. I really don't. Joe Brady got fired by Rule in Carolina. Yes, he did. Joe Brady is a college guy, by the way. He would probably be a good pick. Joe Brady would be a good pick for Penn State. Rico, is Iowa going to beat Illinois? I already said I don't think so, man. I like Illinois. I feel like Michigan will destroy Maryland. It's an MVP level lock. I won't talk about it. What up, Dom? I don't know what your thoughts are on that. Dom is notorious for picking my MVP locks and then coming in here and asking me about them. I feel like, yeah, we got it. Thoughts on Dak and Dallas these last couple weeks. Never repeat your questions, Tony Alvarez. Sorry about that. I'll eventually get to the chat. Thanks. There you go. Salt and the SWAT just told you don't repeat questions. He will get to the questions once he's done with game reviews. You said Western Michigan was a bet at -9.5, but I'm seeing them as an underdog. Ned Grodrain. If you're talking about MVP level locks or questions in a public forum, you're wrong. I won't even acknowledge you. I did not say that. You have misinterpreted what I said. I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't sound right at all. You might want to go back and double check your film or watch the chart, but we will not condone anyone coming in here and talking about MVP level locks in public. It's not the forum for it. What you're doing is giving out information to everybody for free. I saw you write this comment on TikTok. I ignored you. And if you do it again, I will block you permanently, and we won't see you around here anymore. Don't care. That's real talk. Illinois just picked up a stud receiver, Rico. I played high school ball with him. Trust me, he's the truth, Mario Sanders. So, Jay Crazy, thank you for the heads up. I would imagine that most players going to FBS level programs are probably some of the best players in their high school's history, so it's no doubt in my mind you think Mario Sanders is amazing. Thank you for the shout-out, and thank you for letting me know. Michigan ending the game on 32 straight runs versus Penn State. Impressive or concerning? I think it's a gangster move. Last season, K-Rec Gaming, Oregon State was trailing against Oregon in the second half, and Oregon State ran the ball every single play for the rest of the game and came back and won the game. You can go watch it. It's on YouTube. It's one of the most impressive displays of just imposing your will on another team. You're a little brother, and you just went out there and just ran it down their throats. Pause. And it's pretty awesome. So I like when I see it. It's boring. It's boring football, but it's great for the under, and it's great for those teams' confidence, the offensive linemen, and it's something every Wisconsin fan wishes they could do. Just run it 32 straight times and dominate. Shout out to Michigan. It looked great. By the way, I took a nap during that game, and that's a fact. Nebraska, Wisconsin stopped at the OSU, Minnesota. I didn't talk about Nebraska-Wisconsin game. It's going to be ugly. Bet the under. It's going to be ugly. That's how I feel. Who will be Michigan State's coach next year? Wow, Daniel McDermott. I don't know. There's a lot of people. They tell me Leopold's going over. They tell from Kansas. They tell me there's some interest in certain MAC coaches. Or we got to see who's available first. Some people are going to get fired. We got to see who's available, whose slots open up. Look, Chip Kelly's free. If I'm Michigan State, I go hire Chip Kelly. That guy's a hell of a coach. I'd go get Chip Kelly. If Chip Kelly's just got fired from UCLA, he should be on somebody's radar. San Diego State should be foaming at the mouth to get that dude. Chip Kelly's a good coach. His team, it's not his fault his quarterbacks got injured. Like, you go and fire Chip Kelly, his quarterbacks got injured, bro. That's crazy. That bugs me. No good running back going to the transfer in for 8 attempts per game. I don't know what you mean. Ken Davis. No good running back going to transfer in for 8 attempts per game. Oh, no good running back's going to show up because they're only getting 8 carries a game? Yeah, that happens. It happens. Scheme is different. Sucks. But players transfer for less. I've seen good transfers get benched. Thoughts on Ridge Tejada, all Texas team this year? Yeah, good player. Cool. I don't know what you want me to say. People always doubt Iowa, but Iowa wins. This is very true, Dom. This is very true. I'm actually cheering against them every single week. Let me be clear. I'm cheering against them every single week. Jamie Chadwell to A&M, especially when Franklin went down for 2 down 9. There you go. And that's people not understanding football. You go for 2 down 9. It doesn't matter. Football media clips. It matters 0. If you go for 2 down 9 and you don't make it, who the hell cares? You wouldn't have made it at the end of the game, and you would have been in the same situation. At least you know now instead of with 7 seconds left on the clock, right? Anybody saying you kick it down by 9, you just don't understand what you're saying. You're saying go for 2 with no time left on the clock when you can go for 2 with 2 minutes left, and you know whether or not you need 2 more possessions or not. But when you find out you need 2 possessions with 5 seconds left, it does you no good. So there is no benefit there. It's just dumb. It really is ignorant to even try to discuss the semantics of that. Anybody who sees a problem going for 2 down by 9 with 2 minutes left or 3 minutes left, you don't know football. What you know is, oh, you kick it and then you're only down by 8, and then you only need 1 touchdown and then a 2-point conversion. Yeah, motherfucker, that's right. But if you don't make that 2-point conversion, you need another. You need another possession. So how about we know whether or not we need that 2-point conversion? How about we find out sooner than later? Yeah, you want to know if she's going to cheat on you? You might want to find out before the marriage, bro. Sooner than later. Always helps. You don't want to get married and find out after the fact. How does PJ keep his job at Minnesota? I really don't know. I don't think he should be fired, but he's done nothing that warrants employment. I don't know. I can't think of better replacements. Yeah, everybody needs to be careful. Are there better replacements available? Is anyone interested in your school and your job? Is there? That's what we got to come down to. How does PJ keep his job? How about Jim Leonard should go take that job and prove to everybody he deserved to be a head coach? James Franklin is 4-16 against Ohio State and Michigan. He doesn't play. His team, and in those 20 games, how many times was his team better than Ohio State and Michigan? Like, how many times was his roster more talented than Ohio State and Michigan in that 4-16, in those 20 games? Nope. Not happening. I bet it's not 4-16. Promise. Wisconsin will fire you. Will fire you? Okay. Rico, compare Milroe and Penix's stats. That's not what the show's about. The show's about the Big Ten and the MAC. I don't really give a shit about their stats. Hey, what's good? Because who you think going to take the Michigan State job, you think they could get Jimbo? Yeah, they could take Jimbo. They could take Jimbo all day. Please do not come in here and post MVP level locks on screen. Please do not do that. We are doing a show, and it's on YouTube, and it's free. Please don't do that. You can ask that question in an MVP channel. This is a public channel. Don't do that again. Thank you. Yeah, Jim. They can pay Jimbo if they want. That's real money. Maybe you can get him for free if Jimbo wants to coach. Iowa has a great defense and will carry them again. I believe so. Happy birthday, Rico. Word. Hey, Rico, just was hitting your line on TikTok. Okay, what up, Betancourt? Can you talk about the Tulane program? Could they leave AAC eventually? Will Fritz going to stay? Is this hot period program a flop? Okay, so a lot about Tulane and a lot about moving to Power 5 conferences has to deal with more than just football. I would say Stanford and Cal would love to have another academic institution in the ACC. So seeing Tulane move to the ACC seems realistic. But Willie Fritz as a whole, he's a great coach, man. He's built a program out of nothing. takes him a while to get his culture built, and they gave him a lot of time. They let him fail a lot, and they believed in him. So it's just one of those things. You gotta, you gotta trust the process. But I don't think Tulane's special in any way. I don't necessarily think Tulane belongs in the Power 5 more than anybody else. In my lifetime, I've seen Tulane be good about 3 years. 3 years I've seen Tulane be good. Remember when they had that small little quarterback and they went undefeated? What was his name? It'll come to me. Undefeated quarterback. Somebody put it in the chat. Somebody knows. Man, could be drawing a blank right now. But, yeah, Tulane was good for a little bit, and then I never saw him again. And now they've been good recently. That's it. They don't have quite the same boosters as some of the others, right? They don't have quite the same financial investment in the program like others. So people need to think about that. Just saw UCLA is firing Chip Kelly. Breaking news from like 5 minutes ago. What you think about that? Because, yeah, I think it's crazy. I think Chip Kelly's a good coach, and I think it's not his fault. He just got a 5-star quarterback. You fire him, you're going to lose that guy. You're going to lose your 5-star quarterback. Who are you going to replace him with? Who's better? We don't do that. Yeah, I'm not cool with it. I like Chip Kelly. FSU defense underrated. That's ACC. That was talked about yesterday. Are you giving Marvin the Biletnikoff? No, not necessarily. I haven't seen anything that warrants the Biletnikoff. I think you guys confuse NFL talent for accolades and performance on the field. Like, there's better receivers out there performing week in and week out. And just, I'm more impressed with other receivers. Everybody goes NFL talent and wants to give these guys these awards. But remember, the Heisman Trophy winner never got drafted for years upon years. A lot of these award winners should be the best players at that position group, not the NFL draft combine talented players. Like, that's dumb. Like last year, who was some of the leading receivers last year? They gave it to Jalen Hyatt because of his one big game against Bama, and then everybody goes, no, Marvin Harrison should have won it. And I'm like, man, what about Tank Dell? Back-to-back years, over 1,300 yards. Why didn't Tank Dell get taken credit? Or Charlie Jones? Did we not look at these numbers? Like, we don't care? They're giving out running back awards to Bijan Robinson. And I'm like, did we not see Dwayne McBride run the ball at UAB? They're just picking players with NFL pedigree to win the awards. That's it. And that makes no sense to me because that's not what the award is about. The award is for the best performer at that position group. And they're constantly just picking NFL draft prospects. It's dumb. I don't get it. Giving, he's taking it. Yeah, you see? There you go. Lewis says he's taking it. No one should trust J.J. McCartick. Okay. McCartick. Brunson, the truth. Okay, Rico, what do you think about Central Georgia Tech? Nothing at all. Evening top. Hope all is well. Give the pup a treat for me. She's taking a nap, but yeah, obviously. How do I join the Discord? Jay, to join the Discord, you go to the Patreon page. You join the Patreon, and then you will get a Discord link, and you will come join the server, like 1,700 people have done. I'm coaching an NCFA football semifinal against Central Georgia Tech. Do you know anything about these guys? Not at all, Michael Wallace. You might need to go scout them on some film. You think Urban Meyer going to take the A&M job? I think Urban Meyer will take any job that wants him. Any job that wants him, he'll take it because he's got a huge ego, and I don't blame him. He's great. Aiden Betancourt says, 1998 to 2000. Thanks, bro. Appreciate the love to Tulane. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the quarterback's name, bro. It's bugging me right now because he's great. Little dude. He was black. He got drafted in the 7th round, I think. And when I hear his name, I'm going to feel silly for forgetting it. It sucks. Compare Franklin's record against Ohio State and Michigan against the rest of the Big Ten in the same span, and Franklin isn't that bad. So, yeah, look at let's do this. What is the record of every single team? What's the winning percentage of every single team against Michigan and Ohio State over that same span? Not just Big Ten teams. Any team in America. What's their record against Ohio State and Michigan over the last 5 years? Somebody let me know. Nobody's got a winning record against those two programs. Not consistently. So why are we making it a big deal out of James Franklin not having the record? Look at their record against the rest of the Big Ten. He might be 4-16 against them. What's their record against the rest of the Big Ten? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Urban and A&M would be scary, bro. Would get scary, bro. Yeah, it would. They're very good. Just letting you know. I think Cade Stover is the most underrated player in the Ohio State offense. All the hype goes to Trayvon, Marvin, Mecca, and McCord. When he plays well, Stover's underappreciated. So if you guys don't know, Cade Stover is the starting tight end at Ohio State, and he chose to come back this year to play instead of going to the NFL. Stover's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. I don't think he's the most underrated player at all. I think everybody knows who he is, if you know talented players. I don't think he's underrated. I think there's a lot of people that they talk about, household names and all that stuff, but he's definitely not underrated. McCord, if he can get his shit together, he'd be underrated, right? Real talk. I like Mayan Williams to be underrated in that offense. There are players out there that are underrated and not appreciated, but Cade Stover is a bona fide starter, a stud, and an NFL draft prospect. Two different things, right? So let me get back to the Discord server, then we'll stop the show. Give Tulane a chance. SMU is going to the ACC, so they deserve a shot. El Gordo, not the same thing, right? So when we talk about SMU is going to be a phenomenal team in the ACC. SMU has boosters out of this mind, out of this world. They got the resources. It's not even, it's apples to oranges. Like, SMU is going to be one of the richest teams in the ACC. They're going to be in the top 5 richest teams in the ACC the minute they get there. That's how great SMU is. Do not misunderstand what SMU is. When you can pay players and you can put your resources towards your team, SMU used to be a top 5 team in the nation. Top 5 team in the whole fucking country, bro. This is not a game. SMU is going to be a problem now that they're in the ACC. That's why they said we don't need any TV money for 10 years. We could pay it ourselves. They got so much money, it's going to be crazy. SMU is good. And they're going to get better and better and better. And they're going to be the recruiting. They're going to take recruits from Baylor, TCU, Texas Tech. They're going to take all their recruits. SMU is going to be in a fight with those teams. And they're going to win a lot of those battles. They got deeper pockets. Watch. SMU is going to be a great team 3 years from now. Great. Not good. Great. Promise. Dante Moore, future Wisconsin Badger. Touche. My man, dial up Michigan coach if you need a scouting report, please. Stover's good. McCord did good against Michigan State. Everybody does good against Michigan State. But I want to see him do it against a legitimate team. There you go. That's what we want to see. Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for being here for the Big Ten show. We will be doing a live stream at 7 o'clock for the MAC games. If you want to join me for the live stream, and we kick it in the Discord server, we talk that shit, and we make a ton of money. All you got to do, go to Patreon, search RicoKnows, become a member of the channel. You got 30 minutes. You can do your bets. You can make all the money in the world. And, yes, it's my birthday. Shout out to you, Steve. I didn't ask for a gift. I didn't ask for a tip. I didn't ask for nothing. I got off cam. I went off screen, and I did my thing today with my girl, and it went well. So appreciate you guys. No, it is not Patrick Ramsey. That's the quarterback for Tulane. Sean King. Shout out to Kim. Kim knows what's up. Kim just reminded me. Sean King, former Tampa Bay great. Sean King, quarterback. He was a beast in college. I think he led Tulane to an undefeated record back in the late 90s, maybe 98, 99 time frame. And then he got drafted. Back when they didn't draft black quarterbacks, Sean King was one of those guys. In 1999 draft, we had 6 black quarterbacks drafted. And I want to say Sean King, was Michael Bishop one of them? Donovan McNabb, Achilles Smith. I'm drawing a blank on a few others. But my goodness, shout out to Sean King. Shout out to Tulane. And shout out to NFL GMs for waking up and drafting the right people. No one will exchange film. You got to go off highlights on YouTube. Michael Wallace, you're in trouble, bro. Rico, I thought YouTube had you out for the count. Are you back for good? Did you see Chip Kelly? Yeah, I saw Chip Kelly getting fired. And yes, YouTube still has me out for the count. I am live streaming for free on YouTube just so you guys can see me. That's it. They don't pay me. YouTube ain't paying me. I got to do an appeal in January. I'm not back for good. I'm on Patreon, and I'm on TikTok. YouTube, some straight busters, bro. Real talk. Straight busters. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. And don't forget, we're about to go green tonight, y'all. Let's get it, MVPs. We don't miss on weekday games. Let's Let's go.
When they come, and they will, they'll come for you. I have an army. We have a Hulk. Oh, I thought the Beast had won it all. You're missing the point. There's no throne. There is no version of this where you come out on top.
Let me infiltrate the beat, concentrate the heat. If you ain't on my level, fuck it, let me be. I'll be going till it's all in motion, talking killing rappers. Then I hit my quota, and my train of thought is more a locomotive. Talking reason for it, I got locomotives. Used to be on a revenge tip, on a stun on my ex and a friend's tip. I was Spider-Man whipping the black suit. I was powerful, but almost lost Luke. Blurring the line between human and artist. Try not to change, but I swear it's the hardest. I swear when you're up, they turn you to a target. Home was a trip, all I did when I'm talking. So, what it take to be an icon? All in your desktop, so I just might already be one. Might me with the label, it feels on the table one sign, but I'm down for a free lunch. Just speaking my heat-seeking missiles of hits, but other than me, I see no heat exists. Yo, gassed up, I'm about to go green, go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me, know me. Write it to life like I'm Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. If life's about to be a cold war, I'm the hero that they asked for. Green, I'm about to go, I'm about to go green. I'm about to go, I'm about to go green. I'm about to go, I'm about to go green. Get the fuck back, I'm about to go green. I might begin making a feature a rack. Cause when I hit your beat, I turn shit to Iraq. Dropping bombs like I'm cursing you out. This your house, then I'm kicking you out. Quiet as a mouse, came in the game, not a word is out that I've been lighting the flame. Shit is potent, don't you know it? I've been flowing steady, growing till they know the name. Saw it ahead of time, knew that I'd get to my losing myself in the view that some with no pain. I swear I'm all about peace, I'm a positive person. Wasn't always like that, you know it took me some learning. They asked me how I push a positive light, how I keep my composure through internal fights when addressing the mic through these dark nights. Where the Bruce Wayne, what a trick be. Here's some truth that I'll let free. Bruce Banner of rap if you ask me. When my will to win and the track meet, the secret is I'm always angry. Yo, gassed up, I'm about to go green, go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me, know me. Write it to life like I'm Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. If life's about to be a cold war, I'm the hero that they asked for. Green, I'm about to go, I'm about to go green. I'm about to go, I'm about to go green. I'm about to go, I'm about to go green.